Hey guys, welcome to another In-Depth. So today I want to talk to you about something I've been suffering with a lot lately, which is super unhealthy, and that's guilt. Now this won't be a long video, there's not a lot I can really talk to you about guilt that people don't know already. So, guilt is one of those things that I feel is kind of pre-built into the human psyche, or at least we're conditioned from a very young age to feel it. Take the last kind of cookie from the cookie jar, feel guilt. Problem is, it really does get worse. It manifests a lot more severely if you have things like depression or anxiety, or there are plenty of other mental disorders out there that it influences, and you feel guilt about things you don't need to. I certainly do. Prime example would be my birthday the other week. I couldn't enjoy my birthday even though everyone made a super big effort because I felt guilty about wanting to celebrate my birthday. Now, I felt guilty for a number of reasons. One, I lost a friend at that time of year, so I just felt that celebrating would be like disrespecting her memory in some way, even though I know that if she was still with me, she'd be like, yeah, go celebrate, go enjoy your fucking birthday. Like, I know she would totally be like that, and she'd be the first there to give me a great big hug and everything, but it just felt like if I was celebrating my birthday, I wouldn't be remembering her. Even though, like, I always remember her. Like, she very kind of... There's not a lot of time that I'm not thinking about her in some way. So, yeah, I felt a lot of guilt towards that. I also just felt that I wasn't worth it. And then I was just feeling guilty that I was putting everyone out. So for example, we were meant to go out for a meal at Yo Sushi, which is like one of my favourite things, but it's miles away and it's super expensive, and so I was just like, no, you know, money is tight for everyone at the moment in England pretty much, because everything keeps going up in price. So I was just like, no, we'll just have a takeaway, we'll save some money, and I enjoyed it, like it was awesome, and I'm really glad we did it, but I'm under no illusions that I picked the takeaway because I felt guilty about people spending money on me on my birthday to take me out for a meal. Like, I just felt that I didn't deserve it at all and that I wasn't worth it. And I get those feelings about a lot of things. I don't think I deserve new clothes. Something I touched on in my depression diaries was I struggled to spend money. I touched on this on my In-Depth as well, actually. I struggled to spend money because I don't feel that I'm worth it, and I feel guilty about spending the money on me when I could be using it towards, you know, buying things that we need for the house, or buying Rafe or something. Like, there are definitely things that I think guilt is good for, like, oh, you've just been unnecessarily cruel to someone, or, you know, you've just stolen something. Like, guilt's good in those situations. And that's why we're taught it from a young age. We're taught to feel guilt about things that are deemed bad. But the things that are deemed bad by society are getting more and more, I don't know, inclusive, I guess. Like, you don't work a 9-to-5 job. Oh, you should feel guilty. And, oh, you like... Oh my god, my pet peeve, going off topic here, guilty pleasures. I hate that term. I fucking hate it. I wrote a blog article about it, and oh my god, it pisses me off. Because I'm of the opinion that if you like something, like it. I love Aqua. I am a huge Aqua fan. I also love, you know, Slipknot. So, like, I can't, just because I love Slipknot, not love Aqua. Whether it's necessary guilt or unnecessary guilt, it kind of multiplies and grows in the psyche when you are suffering with any kind of mental illness, and you end up making it worse by feeling more guilty about feeling guilty about something, and you don't have to. I pot calling kettle black here, trust me, because you're not going to stop feeling guilty about stuff. I don't think I'm ever going to stop feeling guilty on my birthday. I don't think I'm ever going to get over the whole I don't deserve to have things spent on me, or money spent on me and things bought for me and that kind of thing. But that doesn't mean I can't recognise it as unhealthy guilt, and that I can't do something about it to try and combat it, because at the end of the day it's all you can do. You can try. You might not always succeed, but you know, you can give it your best. It's another thing I suppose we're programmed to feel guilty about, is if we don't succeed at something, and that is one we can think our way out of, as it were, because the only way, I'm going to sound like such a cliche, the only way you have truly failed at anything is if you didn't try in the first place. And again, it's easier said than done. It's so easy to say, oh yeah, you should try everything, you should do this, and it's easy to say that when I'm on the other side of a camera, but I'm doing it too. I'm trying new things. So, you know, and it is a way of alleviating that kind of guilt. The whole, I don't know if ethos is the right word, but the whole thing about feeling guilty when you don't succeed at something is such a big negative player in a lot of people's lives. Even if they suffer with depression, anxiety, anything like that, like, if you don't succeed at something, you are made to feel bad. And I know I have people on my Facebook who are like very against the whole, well, you came second place, that's good, you should get something, and only winners should get something, and that's bullshit, basically, because as long as you tried, you should get some kind of, not a reward, but you should get something for it, even if it's only a recognition of self-worth. You should get something for it, and you shouldn't be made to feel guilty for not achieving, you know, top place, which our society is kind of bad for. You should still be proud that you tried. Half the time these videos don't turn out how I planned, they don't look as cool as I want, like, but I'm still doing them and I'm still trying to improve, and I will not apologise for that. Like, there are days that they're naff, like my videos are total crap. I will openly acknowledge that, but I'm trying, so I can't allow myself to feel guilty or bad that something didn't come out the way I wanted it to, when at least I put the effort in to try and make it in the first place. So that's one that I know a lot of people suffer with, and yes, it's so much easier said than done, it really is, but give it a go. Even if it's tiny little things, give it a go. But the worst one is being made to feel guilty about being ill. A lot of people really struggle to acknowledge mental illness because it's not something they can see, it's not tangible, they don't see the side effects, because a lot of the time we try and hide it. It's a safety mechanism. If people don't know about it, they can't judge us for it, and people do judge. It's got a terrible stigma. So that's the worst one, in my opinion, is being made to feel guilty about what you're going through. And you shouldn't. That's plain and simple. You should not feel guilty about needing help in your life. You should not feel guilty about what you're thinking and you know, how you're processing your thoughts at that time, because guilt is vicious. As soon as it's got its teeth into you, it's not letting go. And that's one of the hardest parts, I think, about suffering with depression for me, because it definitely affects my depression more than my social anxiety, is the feeling of guilt that I'm letting everyone down, that I'm in some way making their lives worse by not having the confidence in myself, by, you know, being upset easily, by not sleeping properly? Yep, that's the word, properly. I was saying probably. And I know that none of that is true, but I don't stop feeling guilty about it. And I don't think, there are some days I don't think I ever will. So it's really hard, I get that. And I suppose this video wasn't so much to tell you how to get over it, as to let you know that everyone is feeling it. Everyone is feeling that horrible little niggling voice at the back of your head that's telling you you're not worth it, or you're nothing, or that you should feel guilty for being here. It's human. It's a horrible thing to say, but it's human. It's hard and it's horrible, but you've just got to remember with depression and any kind of mental illness that even if you're watching this, even for 10 seconds, it means that on some level you're fighting it, which means you're trying, which means you have nothing to feel guilty about. If you have any opinions on this, kind of good or bad, if you want to share some of the things that you hate feeling guilty about, go for it. You know, one thing I want to try and build is a happy and safe and welcoming kind of environment and community that people feel like they can talk about these things. So if you do, leave comments below. I do read through them. And if you like my videos, this is probably a bad example of one, but if you like my videos, then hit the subscribe button and you know when I post a new one. Until next time, guys, have an awesome day, believe in yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.